Hey there, yogis. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. Today I have a really yummy stretch sesh. It'll be pretty quick, and this will be a really great practice for anyone who is really new to yoga and maybe just wants to get acquainted with some of the poses in a really relaxed, stretchy, chill way, or for more experienced yogis or for athletes who just need a really good yin stretch myself out sort of vibe. So that's what I have for you today. We're going to start laying down on our back. And I want us to play with a Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet to touch. Let your knees come out wide and then recline onto your back. Ooh, maybe your hip cracks like mine just did. It's a good crack. Release, right? So if this is super uncomfortable for you, you are practicing at home. So grab some pillows or some blankets or something that you can bring underneath your outer thighs to support you if this is too much for your inner thighs. Another option is if it's still just, this is too much for your body, you can invert the shape. So bringing your feet mats width and then letting your knees knock into kiss, okay? So find your position. And then options for the arms, if you need more grounding, palms face down on your inner thighs is really lovely right here. Otherwise, you can come into a loose cactus arm, or even grab opposite elbows overhead, which gives you a tad more of a side rib cage, side waist opening there. And then whatever you've got going on, find your little fidgets, right? And then see if you can move into a deeper stillness and a deeper sense of grounding. And begin to listen to your breath right here. Seeing how it makes a wave-like sound as it passes through the throat center. Relaxing the muscles of the face, the back wings of the shoulder blades, the hips, the thighs, the feet. So that with every cycle of breath, we begin to release and expand, allowing gravity to stretch us out. Taking a couple more cycles of breath right here. Invite a deep breath in. And then you can open your mouth side out. Releasing your arms, bringing your hands to your outer thighs, and then using them to help you as you slowly close the knees like a book. And then hug your right knee into your chest and roll out your right ankle one way. Roll it the other way. And then you can choose whether or not you want to lengthen your left leg. If it feels okay with your psoas in the front of the thigh, go there. But keep that left leg still pretty active, so reaching through the heel. And then we'll take it into half happy baby, so wrapping your peace fingers around your right big toe, or grabbing the outer edge of the foot, or really wherever on the leg you can get. Right? So just finding where you're at with it. Seeing if you can align the ankle over the knee and draw the knee outside your right rib cage. Bring your left hand onto your belly. Breathe into your hand as you draw the chin into the chest. Feeling the back of the neck get really long. And breath long. And then keep the right knee bent. Just release your hand from your foot or your leg. Now lengthen the left leg if you haven't already. Wiggle your hips over a little bit to the right, and then allow your right knee to drift over to the left for supine twist. Let your right arm get really heavy. Imagining a little weight on your right shoulder blade there, drawing it down. You might look over towards the right if it's okay with your neck, otherwise look straight up towards the sky. And breathing into this twist, breathing into the right outer hip. One more cycle of breath. And then inhale your way back to center. Even out your sacrum on the ground, and then lengthen your right leg up to 90 degrees. So your left leg again, either long or knees bent. And then interlace your hands at the back side of the right leg. And then you can either stay here or begin to slide your interlaced palms up the back of the right leg. And then maybe bend and widen the elbows a tad. Drawing the right leg a little bit closer in towards your chest. You can roll out your right ankle one way, the other way. See if you can just be with where you're at in all of these shapes, working as compassionately as you can, not forcing. We want to work with our bodies, with our breath, not against them. Take one more cycle of breath. And exhale, release your arms, and then keep your right leg long, slowly lower it down to the earth. And then you can either bend the right knee or keep the right leg long as you hug the left knee in towards your chest. And roll out your left ankle. Move some things around. Maybe even circle with the knees. Sometimes that feels really good. I would say most of the time it feels really good, at least for me. And then you'll take it into that half happy baby. So either peace fingers wrap around your left big toe, or you grab wherever you can get. Right palm onto your belly, chin draws in, and then really gently pulling on your foot, keyword gently, to encourage that left knee outside your left rib cage. And don't mind if it's not quite going outside the rib cage yet, right? But that's energetically where the intention is. Ankle over the knee, close your eyes, breathe into your right hand. One more cycle of breath. And then keep your left knee bent. Wiggle your hips on over to the left, your left knee over to the right. I can't roll all the way over because I have a mic pack on me, so I'll just pretend. But you can definitely roll all the way into it. Let your left arm get heavier. And let your teeth unclench. The more we can be with our breath and be with an intention of release in these stretches, the more expansive and the deeper we can grow into them, right? So that is really the focus. One more cycle of breath. And then inhale your way back to center, even out your sacrum. Lengthen your left leg up to 90 degrees. Foot towards the sky, and then interlace your hands at the underside of your left leg. And then you can either just stay here, right? Or begin to slide the palms up the back of the left leg. You want to keep your tailbone really rooted though, and your shoulders anchored down to the earth as much as possible. And then you can roll out your left ankle again. Been really feeling ankle circles lately. One way, the other way. Might bend and widen the elbows and draw the leg a little bit closer in. Think like millimeter by millimeter. Take one more cycle of breath. And then release the arms by the sides. Slowly lower the left leg down. Take a moment there. Just feel the shifts already in your body, your mind, your mood. And then bring the soles of the feet to touch and the hands to touch, and then rub your feet together, rub your hands together. Just generating some positive energy for the next phase in this practice. And then if you're feeling like you have enough energy, you might grab your shins with your hands, rock and roll forward and back to a seat, or roll over to one side like I'm about to do, fetal position. And then with your next breath in, come up seated facing the front of your mat. Okay, so right here, we're going to extend the right leg out long in front of you and keep your left knee bent with the sole of the left foot in your right inner thigh. And then take a moment there to sort of wiggle the hips side to side, get the flesh out from underneath you. You're going to lean forward and either, if it's accessible, yogi toe lock your right big toe with your peace fingers and then plug the thumb pad into your toenail. If that's not accessible, grab onto the leg wherever it is accessible. Okay, so this is a Kundalini exercise we're about to get into, but we'll take it pretty mellow and chill for today. So grab onto wherever you can, and then bring your left hand to your inner arch of your right foot, or again, wherever you can get, right? So meeting the right hand. So that's the exhale. Your left shoulder drops down, your left rib cage drops down. And then on the inhale, you're just going to hinge your left arm open and reach it wide and back. This feels so nice. And then exhale, bring your left hand back, fold, and then inhale, expand. And close your eyes and just keep this dynamic stretch going with yourself. Moving the pace of your own breath. And this is a Kundalini Kriya for heart opening. We're opening our hearts here, also opening our hamstrings. You can always have as much of a bend in the right knee as well as you need. Just a few more. And then next time you're folded in, just stay there for a moment. Again, rooting both of your sit bones and then evening out through the upper body. So a little heaviness there, drop down through the left shoulder and the left rib cage. You can release your right hand to the outer leg line. You might be way more lifted up, right? It's totally cool. Be with where you're at. And take another deep breath in here through the nose. You can sigh it out the mouth. And then slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra. Keep the left shin as it is. You're going to shift your weight over to the left and then swing your right leg behind you. So we are going to move into half pigeon. If this is not the pose for you or for your body today or ever, I totally get it. Modify by coming to lay down on your back, and you can take a reclined figure four. So just flexing the right foot and then placing the right foot on top of the left thigh and then working that shape. Otherwise, we'll meet here in half pigeon and take a moment to keep the back toes tucked and really lengthen that back leg. So you're getting a nice stretch here through the front hip flexor of the right leg and the psoas. The left shin by no means has to be parallel to the top edge of the mat, right? It can for sure have a little angle to it. See if you can even out through the hips, so dipping a little bit more weight over to the right, wrapping your right hip forward. Tense your fingertips. You can either keep your back toes tucked or choose to point them. We're going to flow it in a dynamic way at first and then settle into it. So inhale here to lift your heart. And then exhale, I want you to sort of sway side to side, very water-like, as you dip your heart down towards the earth. And then inhale, round spine lifts you back up, look up. And then exhale, side to side sway. One more like this, inhale. Exhale. And this time you can come onto your forearms. Softening the shoulders back. You can either stay on your forearms, or if you're feeling the call to move deeper, you can come all the way down, creating a little pillow with your hands, and then resting your right temple on your hands there. So you're looking to the left. Again, focusing on breathing and releasing. You might be able to inchworm your heart forward a little bit, spine longer, and then settle back into it. Two more cycles of breath. And then slowly keep your head heavy. Roll the spine up vertebra by vertebra. Walk your hands back. Shift your weight over to the left. Swing your right leg back in front of you again. And then you'll switch it out. Left leg long, right knee bends. Sole the right foot in your left inner thigh. A little adjustment of your hips side to side. Release the flesh from underneath you. And then grab on your left leg wherever you can with your left hand. Maybe wrap your peace fingers around the big toe and then plug the thumb pad into your toenail. So let's start with the exhale. Right hand to the inside of your left leg. Stretching long. Again, if you need to bend the left knee, if you need to roll a blanket under your left knee, do that for yourself. A little drop through the right shoulder and right rib cage. Exhale the air out. And then inhale to hinge your right arm open. Maybe even look back. And then exhale, bring it back into the fold. Close your eyes and keep moving at a nice meditative pace. breathing deep, audible breath. Sound of the ocean. Two more. And then when you're folded in, stay, pause, breathing into your right waist. And then slowly roll up, vertebra by vertebra. Shift the weight over to your right hip. Swing the left leg behind you. Again, you can find your reclined figure 4 shape. Just look back, make sure that left leg is straight out of the hip. Inchworm that left heel back, feeling all this juicy openness here through the left frontal hip flexor there. And then tense your fingertips wide. We're going to dynamically flow it first. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, side to side, melting your heart down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And then you can release your forearms to the earth. See if you can draw your left hip point down towards the earth. Shoulders back. Either stay on the forearms or widen the elbows out. Create a pillow with your hands and drop your left temple. All right, take a moment here, lift up out of it ever so slightly, stretch your heart forward even more, and then heavy it down towards the earth. A few more cycles of breath right here. On your next breath in, slowly roll your spine up. Walk your hands back. And then this time, I'm going to shift the weight over to the right, left leg in front of you, cross the ankles, and then meet me in all fours. Point the toes behind you. And then just begin to make some circles here to the right. As you move back, you're really dipping your sit bones back towards your heels, like child's pose. And really working the shoulders, working the hips. And then pause, reverse, move to the left. And then sit back on your heels, walk your hands back as well. So you're in rock pose. From here, bring your left arm in front of your chest. Actually turn and face you so you can see me and mirror you as well. So left arm in front of your chest, and then grab onto your left forearm with your right hand and take a little deltoid stretch there. And then bring the left arm behind you, left palm towards the back of your heart for a tricep stretch. So keeping hold of the left elbow with your right hand. And then keep your tricep stretch. Just begin to side bend over to the right. And then keep your left arm where it is. Release your right palm over to the right. Keep side bending, and then you can release that left arm and allow it to move into the side bend as well. And keeping your left sit bone heavy on your left heel. So good. And then come back to center, shake your arms out. And then we'll switch it. Your right arm in front of your chest, your left palm grabs your right forearm. See if you can soften the right shoulder down a little bit as you press the arm closer in towards the heart. And if it's really uncomfortable for you to sit on your shins like this, you can always sit cross-angled. And bringing your right arm behind your head, bend your right elbow and grab the elbow with your left hand. Right palm to the back of the heart. Nice tricep stretch. Begin to side bend over to the left. But keep that right sit bone heavy. And then release your left hand out to the left, and then release your right arm in an arc. Breathe into it. And then gently come back to center, shake your arms. You might bring your legs out from underneath you. Shake out your legs. Shake, shake, shake. And you're done. I hope you all enjoyed this stretching moment, and I hope to see you next time. Namaste.